I'm really excited to review with you all today an online language arts program for kids ages 6 to 12 called Night Zookeeper. We're going to go through the whole program, including a full demo and review, so we can decide together if this is a good online reading and writing program for kids. So let's get started. This is very different from a lot of the online language arts programs out there, so I think you're going to want to watch this. Night Zookeeper is an online English language arts program that provides a full language arts curriculum. It can be used by parents with kids in school to supplement their child's learning, and by homeschoolers, either as a supplement or as their main language arts curriculum. Your child will learn spelling, grammar, punctuation, reading comprehension, and even have a chance to practice creative writing. All of this is done online in a way that is pretty much hands-off for parents, which can help alleviate a lot of the stress that comes with being your child's teacher. If you've been struggling with your language arts curriculum this year, it's not too late to make a switch and see improvement. This program offers a 7-day free trial, and after that, their annual subscription is $118.99 for one child. But if you use my link that I've shared with you in the description below, you can save 50% off. So you can get a full year for just $59.99 or just about $5 a month, which is a really awesome deal. Just remember that will come out in one payment of $59.99. They do also offer monthly and quarterly subscription options and discounts for multiple children. For an additional fee, you can even get advanced tutoring. They also have their own book series which you can purchase, although this is not required to use the program. It really is a hands-off program where you can just sign up and let your kids start learning. Unlike a lot of other online homeschooling programs that I've shared with you, there isn't anything you need to do besides the initial setup. This program really does it all, and in a way that your kids will actually have fun learning, instead of groaning and complaining about having to do school, like my 9-year-old has been known to do. Night Zookeeper has a separate student and parent account, so you can view reports and analytics for each of your children and adjust the settings for various things. Don't worry, it's not complicated at all. I'm going to show you how that works later in the video, but first, let's take a look at this program from the child's perspective. The very first thing your child will do when they begin the Night Zookeeper program is to create their first zoo animal. If your children have ever played Pokemon, I would think of it like that. They're going to collect different zoo animals, level them up, and then battle with them. But they're going to be learning a lot along the way. And it's totally okay if you don't really understand this stuff. I promise your child will. That's one of the things that's really cool about this program. For the purpose of this video, I made my own account so I could test everything out without messing up my daughter's progress. And here is the animal I created. I didn't have a lot of time, so don't laugh. When my daughter first started the program, she took a long time perfecting her first animal. So once you have your first zoo animal, there are a bunch of things your child can do whenever they log on. You can see here up top there are some different buttons. My Zoo is the main area where you can see the animals in your zoo. The dark areas will be opened up as your child progresses through the program. Right now, I have 4 zoo animals. Activities is where your child can view all the different activities they can do. At the top are some featured activities, or you can scroll down below to choose from lessons, writing activities, challenges, games, and more. I'll show you how some of these look in a minute. My Stuff is where your child can access their profile. There's a lot to see here. If you click on Full Stats here, you can get an understanding of what this all means. How many orbs they've earned, their overall level, their league position, and then a bunch more stats down here. The Edit button allows them to do things like change their avatar, select featured animals, and other customizations to their profile. Down below here, you can see the animals you've collected and your top writing. Here, I have an animal report about the animal I made. The next button up top is Work. Here is where your child can see all the work they've completed, including writing, drawings, lessons, and projects. They'll also see any comments they've left on other people's work. Remember, it all counts as writing. The Friends button is where they can see any friends they've connected with. You can turn this option off if you want. I'll show you how to do that when we get to the Parents section later in the video. Achievements will show any achievements they have earned. Back here, if you click on this cup, you can see the leaderboard. These are rankings based on words, lessons, challenges, and games. Back to the main screen, the next button is the community button. Under teamwork here, they're suggesting that I leave a comment. As I said before, this is all to practice writing. Featured shows the top writing and animals of other users. Friends will show what anyone you are following has been up to. Last is your team. When you sign up for Night Zookeeper, your child is added to a team. Mine here is Flamingo Den. The last tab here on the main screen is where any messages can be found. At the top right, we have this number which represents how many orbs you have, another way to get to our profile, the sound controls, and the button to log off. On the bottom right is how many heroes have been rescued and controls to zoom in and out. On the left over here, we can click Continue Our Journey, which we will do in just a minute. Bottom left is our flashlight level. As this increases, more of the zoo will be uncovered. If you see a question mark above one of the animals, there will be an activity that they want you to do if you click on them. Or you can just click over here on Continue Your Journey. Now that we've seen the setup, let's take a look at what some of the activities look like. I'll just click here on Continue Your Journey and we'll see what comes up. Okay, so here's a little word game about adjectives, and we have to type in the rest of this word. And these were some vocab words that had already been introduced while I was testing this out. So I remember what they were kind of supposed to be.
At lunchtime, the weather turned bleak and cold. The forest looked creepy in the darkness, so the campers lit a fire.
Let's see if we just type one wrong.
The house was run down and needed decorating before it could be sold. The volunteers were ready to start cleaning the polluted river. The friends watched a beautiful sunrise on the deserted beach.
So I earned 3 orbs for that activity, and the orbs are kind of like the in-game money that you can use to like upgrade your character, your animals, things like that. Let's try another one.
S T
Again, these are all the vocab
L
words that were introduced
I
while I was testing this out, so I remember what
bustling.
they were, as your child should if they were using this program.
E lively. T hectic. A T E T D cratered. O gloomy.
And then you get these skill points to level up your character. Again, if you don't understand this, I'm sure your kids will. So you're gonna just choose what to level up. And this is for later when they are gonna like battle against other characters. So I'll give them a point for drawing. And we've powered up our flashlight, so now we can unlock more of the zoo. And we got a new animal here. So you can either create your own, which you saw how mine turned out there, or you can collect one that someone else created. So I'm just gonna do that. And you can look through here, and this is where you see the orbs are needed. I only have 5, so I don't know if I'll be able to buy any of these. Oh, that bird is cute. Did it work? Oh, well, it did work, and now I have -5. So now I could customize him if I wanted. I could play games, but I'm just going to go back to the zoo. And then a lot of times while you're here, these other things are just going to pop up. So now I've got all these animals here, and this one has an activity it's recommending. So this is where the creative writing comes in. So it kind of helps your child to write well, like by prompting them. And you just kind of add something to it. And this is kind of how it goes. So you can just keep answering these questions to kind of fill out your story. And you can keep writing or go back to the zoo. So this is kind of where their writing will take place. They can, continue their story. But I'm done for now. Got an orb. And so that's pretty much all the activities. So now the unicorn has a question mark here. You can do something there. You can go back to continue your journey here. And if you sit here long enough, see something else will pop up. So it's really kind of neat. There's always something to do, and there's different things to do. So if you get bored with one thing, you can go and do something else. Now that we've seen how the program looks for students, let's take a look at the parent section. So we can log out here and then log in as the parent. Here you can see I have 2 children on this account. One is my daughter's account, and one is the one I've been using to test it out. Up here on the dashboard are links to things like advanced tutoring, free resources, the Night Zookeeper Adventure book series, their referral program, and information about becoming a Night Zookeeper superfan. Below here, you can change the layout between table and card layout. In table layout, you get a quick overview of what your children have accomplished so far in the program. If you click the Settings button, this is where you can make changes to your child's name, password, age, and most importantly, level of difficulty. These are the different levels you can choose from. When you first sign up, this will default based on your child's age, but you may find you need to make it a little easier or harder depending on your child. You can also adjust the spell check mode here. If you click up here, you can manage some additional features and toggle any of these on or off, including several privacy settings, like if you don't want your child to have access to friends or messages. Lastly, here you can manage your child's friends if they have any. Finally, you can click here to view your child's progress. Click any of these to see more details and view the work your child has done, and even leave them a comment. So that takes care of our complete overview of the Night Zookeeper Online Language Arts program. So now it's time to decide if this is a good program or not. Well, let me just say this. After testing it out and having my daughter try it, we've decided that we'll be using this as a big part of our homeschooling language arts program this year. So I definitely think it's a good program. Let me tell you why. First, because it's fun. Kids like creating and collecting their own characters and leveling them up. It makes learning fun. And when learning is fun, your children don't complain about having to do it. They actually like doing it. That's a big plus for me as a homeschooling parent, because we've struggled over the years, whether it's textbook curriculums or online programs. If it's not fun, my daughter will just dig in her heels and not want to do it. I want her to enjoy learning. That's part of why we homeschool. Second, this program is really smart. I noticed they incorporate a lot of reading and writing wherever they can without it seeming like schoolwork. So in addition to the actual lessons and activities, there's learning happening even when your child is just designing a zoo animal. It's so interesting to me how they do that. From reading and writing to using proper grammar and punctuation and incorporating the new vocab words, it's all really seamless. And finally, I just like this program because it's so comprehensive. They've got it all covered. And I finally feel like my daughter is getting what she needs at her age for a complete language arts curriculum. Once she learned to read, I really struggled with what came next. Other than working on her handwriting and having her read as many books as possible, I wasn't sure what else we needed. Now I know. We needed this program. So I'm really grateful to have found it. If you have any questions at all about the Night Zookeeper program, please let me know in the comments. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you. And don't forget, if you do decide to try this program out, use that link I've shared in the description so you can get a 7-day free trial and 50% off a full year subscription. Click the video on your screen now to learn about another online educational resource. Thank you so much for watching.